Vietnamese. Yes, we're live. Okay, we're live here. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. It's 6:40 a.m. in Toronto, Canada, and I'm here with a special guest, Nima Rahimi from Australia. What time is it there, Nima, now?
Hi, Nedajan. Yeah, it's 10:40 p.m.
10:40 p.m.
nighttime. Yeah, everyone
nighttime.
is on bed. My wife, my kids.
So I just woke up, as you can see from my face. I look horrible. I'm sorry for that. That's the best I can look at 6:30 in the morning, 6:40 in the morning, and because have been having so many meetings recently, I have lost almost my voice. But that's okay. All good. I'm happy, and it's winter in Canada, and I think it's summer there, out there now,
Exactly,
right?
exactly. This is the
That's
beauty of the business.
what
We never met each other, but we have been, interacting
I
with each other
know.
for almost more than 2 years, and looks like we have been knowing each other for a while, and the only time you just
Yes,
feel this distance is just a time like that, and it's
yes,
like a night time, and it's here
I
early in the
know.
morning, and finding a time that both of us can sit down.
Yes.
It's always funny. It's gonna be early in the morning of yours, and unless it's a weekend, which is different.
Yes,
Which is different.
absolutely. And I love it. I love it. And in the summertime, you guys put the pictures of swimming pool and the picnics and everything for us, post
Yeah,
about the summer. And in the summertime, we do that, and it's winter over there, right?
yeah. The fact is that we don't have much of a snow here, as you know. I mean, we need to drive maybe 7 or 8 hours to
Yes.
see the snow, but you got the
Oh,
beauty of the
oh my
snow,
gosh. Here
and
you can
pretty
walk for
much
1 meter.
throughout the winter. Yeah,
Just open your door and you can see the winter snow.
that's really good.
Anyway,
Okay,
thank you for
Nadajan,
this interview.
that's perfect. Thanks for setting this time and
My
having me
pleasure.
here to just talk about what we do as a
Yes.
side hustle.
Yes.
I guess you're doing it in like probably a year and a half longer than me, and
Yes.
you reach to the at different levels, the retirement level, which is the exciting level.
Yes.
And would you like to quickly tell us about, yeah, how you got to that level
Yes.
and
Absolutely. I will tell everybody about it. I will tell everybody first why actually I was looking for something to be doing beside my engineering job. I don't think at my level there is anybody else who works full time. I think by far I'm the only one. So why I'm doing this because I love my engineering job. And I did start this online business just because I was thinking to myself, if I can do something that I can make extra $2,000 to $3,000 a month beside my job, that would be perfect. Because the fact is that in many of the engineering jobs or any jobs that you might have, there's no job security. You have a job today,
that's
tomorrow
right.
something happens, the project gets canceled. I was working in mining when they started hiring people. I remember the day they interviewed me. Excuse me. They said ramp up to 400 people. We ramped up to 400 people over a month. 400 people came and they started doing the project. It was a mining project, very, very popular, a couple of $1 billion. And then there was an agreement between two countries. And then they decided, oh, we do not need to have this project anymore. At that time, I
Yeah,
was single. I was not married. I didn't have kids. And because I was assistant project manager, I was one of the key people in that company. So we went from 400 people in the company to almost I don't know, on that project, to maybe 20 people on that project, and I was one of the key members. But I was involved with like getting a paper and a pen, and then just basically writing people's down, who's going next. Nima is going next. Neda is going next, and that's so
yeah,
sad. That's really sad, and that's the
yeah,
reality, right? So that's my why, right, Nima Jan?
yeah. I guess that it's usually a nature of the corporate job, and no one's job is secure. So if you don't have a like plan B or a side hustle, then your entire life would be in somehow at risk because
Yes.
especially these days after the interest rate raised, and then the mortgage goes on. And like what I noticed actually, yes, a couple of days ago, that almost the value of things over the last 8 years have been doubled. Like I was
Yeah,
just an example, it was a t-shirt, I mean,
yeah.
it used to be like a 90 cents, I'm sure about it, and I bought it yesterday
Yeah.
at $1.8. And it's a
Oh my
clear
gosh. Oh
indication.
my gosh.
Yeah,
Twice.
it's a clear indication
Yeah.
that things gradually become more and more and more expensive. And this is a race that, as a
Yeah.
person who works in the corporate world, you cannot catch up with that, you know,
Yes.
cost of the
Yeah.
living. It's always few steps ahead of you. And
Yeah.
after the COVID, after this, interest rates, and things like that, it's become almost a race between a car and a bicycle.
Yeah.
You're riding the bicycle, and the interest rate and the cost of living riding a car.
Yes.
So side hustle is essential, is no longer an option, I guess, like an optional things. You need to have it, otherwise
Yes.
you can't survive.
Yeah, you can survive.
And I guess
Absolutely.
it's the biggest and the most important why for everyone, including myself, especially life of the migrants. You're starting from scratch and you're leaving things behind, and like you already, like myself, like I left 15 years of engineering background back home in Iran behind. So I used to be
Hmm.
one of the senior members of a team of 300 people.
Yeah.
We used to work in the dam construction. I left
Yeah.
everything behind. I started from scratch. I became like a estimator, then a contract admin. Then I worked out my way. Now I'm a senior project manager. So I guess that I've done well,
Yes.
but
Absolutely.
unfortunately, it is not enough.
Yes.
And that's something that I realized maybe 2 years ago, that doesn't matter where I am and what I'm doing, as long as I'm working for someone else, I'm going to be
Yes.
always, a loser of this race. And
Yes.
so I need another ride,
Another
put it
right.
this way.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah,
No,
another ride.
absolutely.
And I tried different rides. I tried the air tasker. I tried different things. I tried the cryptocurrency. And exactly the time that China decided to make it banned, and then everything, the value dropped drastically. So instead of making money, I started
Oh my
losing money.
gosh.
So, and then I started this one, and I gradually fell in love with, because of few different things. Obviously, it looks like a university that it's the income or the job after, or the business after, it's on somehow, it's warranted, because you're finishing your
Yes.
course. But once you
Yes.
finish your course, in the normal life, you don't know what you're going to do with this course, how I'm going to
Yes.
use it. Is it just like a tool where I'm going to use it? But
Yes.
here, you got all the setup. You got, I don't know, things like your website, you got the people to help you, you got examples
Yes.
to look up to them,
Yes.
and including yourself. So you got
My pleasure.
all things and all tools and to use,
Yes.
and basically to pat the road of the success for you.
Yeah.
And that's what it is, I guess. And that's yeah, that's where we
No,
are
that
now.
that's a very good testimony of an engineer, because a lot of people say, why if you have a good job, why do you have to do this? I said it doesn't matter what job we have. We have over 188,000 people in this community. 188,000. I'm 100% sure, Nima John, it's going to be 1 million people one day, because when I started this business there were only 17,000 people. We have people from the age of 18 to age of, I would say, the oldest people I know is around 80, 82. I didn't ask them directly, but from the age of their children, I can, yes. We have truck drivers, we have lawyers, we have surgeons, we have engineers, stay-home moms, retirees, and everyone. So this is a kind of a community that welcome everyone, because this in this community you do not need to go back and get a master's degree or MBA or PMP. I was planning to get an MBA, like pay like $80,000 to get an executive MBA from one of the best universities in Toronto. I had to go through the exam. I have to do this and that. Finally, I was accepted. And then I was just, as it was happened to be the time, and I was moving from the province of Alberta to province of Ontario, because I was switching careers from oil and gas to something. I didn't know what I'm going to be doing when I'm in Toronto, because there's no oil and gas in Toronto. So it was, the days were so unclear for me. And it was a big move when you want to go. You have looked in oil and gas all your life, and all of a sudden you decide to do something else. And then, but so I said, you know what, I'm just gonna do MBA, and maybe that helps me find something. And then, as I was looking for a house to rent, the person, the real estate agent, I was talking to him, and he happened to study the MBA from the same university I was going. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't want to be like doing this, like showing people's flats and like apartments to rent and all that.
After
So
having an MBA degree.
after $80,000 of debt, and I'm so grateful I didn't do that. And and I went and I did some like specific project management course in University of Toronto, and that got me into like project management, construction, mining, and then what I'm doing now. So it doesn't matter what's your job. You could be a retired person looking at this interview between me and Nima. Me and Nima happen to be both engineers, but we have so many people in this community. What you need to start this business is just a drive and passion to get started. It's not hard. We are training so many people over 60 years old. Anybody can do this. Of course, if you're listening to this, you can speak English, so you should have a knowledge of English, because all the training is at your pace and you can do it in your own time. I remember when I started this business, my twins were still in diapers. They were still 4 years old. I mean, my daughter was out of diaper, I'm sure, but my son definitely wasn't. And then I was busy with them. Can you imagine, like putting two kids to bed after a long day at work on construction site? So I remember at 9 o'clock, I used to go to bed 9:30, but then I started going to bed at 11 at 11:30. You know what I said? Going to bed or watching Netflix, just laying down in front of a TV, is not going to bring me money. It's not going to bring me that $2,000 extra, $3,000 extra that I want. But doing this business, committing to this business, is going to make me money. I made that $2,000 on month 3 and 4 in the business. Then I said to myself, okay, if I make $2,000, can I make 5,000? I made $5,000. Then I said, okay, if I made $5,000, I see all these people who are making 5 figures. 5 figures. 5 figures is more than $10,000. Am I ever going to do it? I made $10,000. I remember the first month I made more than 5,000. 5 figures was $12,800. As an engineer, I will never be able to make $12,800, and it has not stopped since then. I'm not saying it has been a get rich quick. This is not a get rich quick. If you're looking for something that you get rich overnight, this is not the way. This requires hard work. This requires consistency, just like any other businesses. But trust me, you already are
And
doing that
patience.
in life.
And
You're
patience as
already
well.
doing that. And patience, absolutely, just like anything else in life. You are learning a new skills. They are teaching you everything, and of course there is a cost for that. The cost of the training is 149 US dollars. Imogen, I called an organization in Toronto. I'm not going to mention their name, because every business for me is, as a successful person, I know everybody doing any business is respected. They could be selling shoes, they could be selling hot dog. Running a business, managing the business, showing up to your business every single day is respected. So it doesn't matter what they do. So I'm not going to say which organization or what university or college, but I was trying to find out how much is their course in digital marketing. It's $18,000. $18,000. And I said, can you send me the syllabus? I want to know what you're teaching. It was only Google platform. And then some introduction to content creation. Here with $149 US dollars, you will learn everything, like 7 platforms. But that's not the only cost, of course, to get into the business. There's an initial investment that you have to get involved with, and we will explain all that. But I want just to tell you where I am now, because when I started, I had this in my mind that if I can do something beside my job that can give me 2,000 extra every single month, I'm happy. I'm grateful. Then I got there, and I'm like, okay, 5,000. I got there. 10,000. I got there. Now I'm in at the pension plan rank, which is a fixed monthly income that they pay you every single month. Do you know any engineering job, Nima, that has that? Like at this age?
Definitely not. Definitely not. And as far as I know, it's not such a thing here outside of Iran, you know. In Iran,
Absolutely.
we had a different setup, but unfortunately, um, there was a reason that like all of us left it behind,
Yes.
and like seek a better life, I guess, at higher standards, and those higher standards coming at the cost, and
Yes.
I guess like having a retirement plan, it could be a super peace of mind, something that you're going to be having that and saying that, okay, so I've got this one, so I'm not going to be worried about the future, so I can do, if I need to travel, I will travel. But I guess the nature of the business is somehow whoever get to that level never stop, as far as I can see from
Yes.
all the testimonial people,
Yes.
because it's in somehow become your passion, then it's not
Yes.
about just the money only. So you
Yes.
love, so you get to the level, a lot, and you would love to transfer it to someone else, and that's how it is. And you're making money, you're helping people. It's just, and it's become and you become one of the active member of the family, and you enjoy your role as that member, a
Yes.
member that got a good income, got a consistent income, and
Yes.
then and passive income, and guess at the same time you're helping others and just expanding your network, knowing more
Yes.
people, and seeing success of more people, I guess. And it's joyful, even sometimes, you just watch, I don't know, a your favorite team, and then when they make a progress, go high
Yes.
in the rank, you enjoy as well. And this is the same thing,
Yes.
it's much more tangible, because you are part of the tools, or the things that help them to get to that level, versus
Yes.
your team is just your team, that's your favorite team, and and
Yes.
so this is just a combination of all of them.
Yes, absolutely. You're doing that, Nima, Nima John, for a lot of people who are watching. You're successful in your job. You're a senior project manager in Sydney, Australia, and you're doing this business. Was it easy to incorporate this business beside like your job? Like how was it? Time consuming? Was okay?
Definitely.
You know?
Like, I mean, the other day I was listening to one of the podcasts, and it was setting up a business and comparing it to seeding a plant for the bamboo. So
Yeah.
it for a bamboo, it takes like 6 years. So all you're gonna do, you're gonna nourish the bamboo. You're gonna just feed it. Just after 6 years, it's gonna all of a sudden it's gonna grow up, and then you can start growing up very fast. And that's exactly the nature of this business as well. So
Yeah.
for first couple of months would be different, could be 4 months, could be 8 months. For me, maybe it was like maybe 8 months or so. It was just hard working, and just building up the foundation that you need, because at the same time you're just getting your head around and learning, and also at the same time you are trying to expand your business. So it's a process of learning and gradually building up what you're gonna basically use. And yeah, as I said initially, it was not that easy, but when you build up your platform, you know what you're doing, and then it's become easier. And as you know, like, we got three different type of the people in this business. So people that would like to learn and then make an income out of this business, or people that they got already have another business and they would like to promote their business, so they just join and just use this knowledge to cut the hand of the agent, the ad, which usually they charge a lot, and maybe they do bare minimum, so they will be in the full control of the advertising system.
Yes.
And there is a third group, which now I become one of those as well for quite a while, and I enjoy that. It's just I'm helping others to promote their business as well. So beside
Excellent.
yeah, beside the actual business and what we do, which is like basically teaching people how to operate in social media, how to leverage it, I'm
Yes.
helping the small businesses, a electrical company, a painting company, a fit out company.
That's
So
great.
yeah, I mean, I become their basically agent and helping them to promote their business, having the ads, and obviously there are lots of leads coming off that, you know.
Yes.
and and it's because I've got the knowledge of the construction. I guess it's
Yes.
very different from someone that is just purely doing the ad. And
Yes.
so you got lots of ideas. So, and you can simply lead them. Okay, so I need these sort of feeds. You're going to give me, when you're doing this, take a video and shot and send it to me. When you're
Yes.
doing that,
Yes.
versus someone got no idea because they're running different
Yes.
businesses, and they just,
Yeah.
there would be, all depends on that person, and and the
Yes.
business, and maybe
Yes.
they don't have the idea of, okay, which of those tasks they're doing might be more interesting for the others. And I think that in this sense I'm a couple of steps ahead of those type of people. So yeah, that's what I do as a side hustle as well.
And the paycheck, I'm sure one paycheck is a lot more than engineering. Some people say, oh, you
Of
know what,
course it is. Yeah, of course it is.
in most
Don't
of
get
the
me wrong. I
countries.
love my engineering job. Still, I love the stress. I love the
Yes.
result, and I don't want to give it up at any stage anytime
Yes.
soon. But this is a side hustle. I make money and I enjoy because I feel I'm creating something. And
The,
see
yes.
basically that seeding that or planting that seed and seeing how it grows, and this is something I love, um, which I do every day.
That's amazing, Nimajun. That's amazing. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you and all the people who work hard and hustle hard. I'm just telling sometimes to my husband, I'm like, he's like telling me, "Why are you working so hard?" Like before, I remember, I used to tell him like, "Oh, it's 11 o'clock. Why are you not sleeping? You should go sleep." And then now it's like, then it's 12 o'clock. Why you're not sleeping yet? I kept telling him, you're healthy now. You can make decisions for yourself now. You can do things, move around now. In I don't know, God, heaven forbid, in 1 second something happens and it changes your life, it changes your health, it changes your mental being, and you're no longer able to make decisions. Now that you have been given this gift to make a decision and change your life and change hundreds of thousands of lives, why not do it? When I started this business, the only life I was thinking of changing was myself, my husband, and my family. I was saying, you know what, I just want to have a passive income. I want to do something beside my job. And I was doing things. I didn't do cryptocurrency. I didn't do stock market. I didn't do any of these things. But I was doing resume writing because my LinkedIn was one of the most. I keep getting this message from LinkedIn that your profile is one of the top 1% viewed LinkedIn profiles in the world, blah, blah, blah. I had 20,000 followers. And maybe that was because of my oil and gas jobs. Like there's not a lot of women on oil and gas. In the company I was working, which was kind of like an army kind of a company. So I said, a lot of people were messaging me, asking me to help them with finding a job. And at first I was doing that. And I'm like, you know what? I need money. I'm going to ask them for money. So then I started creating this ad on free websites, Kijiji in Canada. And I said, I can help you find a job. I can help you with the mock interviews. I can help you with your LinkedIn profile. And then many people were messaging me. I was doing their resume. I was helping them really get a job. I was so proud of myself. But then some of them, they had no job and I couldn't even charge them. Like, I'm like, this young person, he has no job, he has no money. I'm not going to ask him to pay me $100. That was the highest I would ever charge someone, $100. So at the end of the month, I would get maybe $200, $300, $400. I would never be able to make $20,000. I would never be able to make $5,000 with that kind of a job. I'm like, you know what? Technically, I'm busy until 9 p.m. What else I can do? So, in order to get into the business, you need a couple of $1,000s. Usually, in most of the countries, it's around $4,000, $3,000. Australia is cheaper than Canada, but when you get to the retirement rank for this company has been around for 50 years. It hasn't been around for 1 year or 2 years. It has been around for 50 years. This year we're going to Japan to celebrate the 50th anniversary of this company in Okinawa. And I'm so grateful for this company because they're very generous, and they just send you a check. Like all of a sudden, like one of the people I'm coaching just got a check yesterday. Oh, I just got an email. I won 500 US dollars. I didn't do anything. I'm like, they have daily contests, they have monthly contests. 500 US dollars for a stay-home mom who's not working is a lot of money. I
Yeah.
do get checks like that too, right? And then when you get to the retirement ranking, I remember when I went to Las Vegas to pick up my prize. Um, I sat in the second row. You know, there was a big saloon and like a big like, convention center. I don't sit on the second row. And then they came and the room was filled with thousands of people. And they said, the people, because you start the first level of the retirement is 5,000 a month. They give you fixed every month. Then you get to $10,000 a month. And then you get to $15,000 a month. And then the last one is $20,000 a month. So they said the first row, the people who get $20,000 a month, and they said like what the specifications are. And it's like hundreds of people sitting. I'm like, oh my gosh, all these people to get. And then the second row, 50. So I just went one row back. And then this one for $15,000. And I go, woo, it's all filled. And so when they, by the end of the, like, when the guy was finished talking, I was in the end of the room and I was just like at the beginning. So there is no end. This is like an ocean. The more you swim, it gets deeper and deeper. And um, I will never be able to get $5,000 a month from my engineering job as a pension plan unless I'm 70 years old, and then they will give my money, the money that I have made myself,
Yeah, you
and I
made it
have
by yourself.
saved it
Yeah.
from my family's money, and I will be using that to get it back. Basically, this is not the case. So when you think about getting starting to this business with 3-4 thousand minimum, you and I, we both started with the maximum investment,
Yeah.
but we could have started also with $3-4 thousand. Then you say, you know what, when you get in 3 to 6 years, you get to that retirement rank, $5,000 a month. It's like it's nothing. If you think it's expensive to get into this business, and we're not saying this is the only businesses, all businesses are great. All I can say is that I'm coaching 3,000 people. Half of these people are from Amazon. They have lost over $20,000 in Amazon. The training at least is $5,000. The cost of the product, testing it, bringing it, good luck with selling it in the mafia, at least $15,000. You've just gone $20,000 off your pocket and you don't even know what you've done. Half of these people are coming from Amazon. A lot of them coming from doing other things, all different sorts of online businesses. I didn't do any of those, and I'm not saying any of those are bad. What I'm saying is that there is a free workshop that you can watch, and maybe that's the workshop that is going to change your life, and maybe that's the workshop that is going to change your family's life. And like because of this business, I have been able to help a lot of people back home in Iran when I left 23 years ago, where I will never go back. So because of this business, I have been able to help so many young kids, little kids who don't have warm food, who just are like starving just to have some warm meal, like some pizza, some toys, some schools, like they don't even have schools. I have been able to help building so many schools back home in the uh, like cities that are very poor. If I had not taken this risk, and if I had not taken the chance and worked hard, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be making this
Yeah.
money, and all these people life wouldn't have changed. I'm not saying I'm a good person. I'm not saying that. I'm saying you have a responsibility. You might have a job now, but remember that your job, you're just a number for your employer. I love my employer. I love my job. I'm doing this, as you can see,
Yeah.
all over the social media platform, but you're just a number. So you have a responsibility on your shoulder. You have to think about other people, and this is a business that is working. If you want to make money online, if you want to know how to create earnings from YouTube, from Facebook, using a platform that has been around for over 50 years, definitely check it out. Get in touch with us. We will send you a free webinar. It's free. It's not paid or anything. You can watch 2 or 3 or 4 of them presentations, and then you can come to the 30-day trial, which you get inside the company for 30 days, and they give you the package, they give you all the information, and it's completely risk-free. You have 30 days to decide. So that's all we wanted to talk to you about. Nimajan, is there something that I have missed or you
No,
want to
but
add?
thanks. That was a very thorough explanation of the whole process, what needs to be done. The last thing I want to add is just, as Neda said, because the business has been around for 50 years, it's not just about me or Neda or anyone. It's just about, so even for any reason, I'm going to decide for not continue, my mentor, my coach is still around. So there are people above us that always are around. So even if layer 1 or 2 are gone, the layer 2 is still available. So if someone decide to join today, and the hesitation is just maybe they think that maybe Nima for any reasons not going to be around in 6 months' time. What I'm going to do? You don't need to be worried about me
Yes.
because business is solid. You are going to be part of the team or part of this big family. And looks like, the first cousin is not around, the second cousin is there, so that's exactly how it is. So it's not
Yes.
about me. It's not something that you're not going to rely only on me. You will
Yes.
rely initially on me, but it's just about a business which is around for 50 years and a solid foundation, and all you will see is just the success and nothing else. That's all.
That's great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for everyone who has been watching. I know it's 7:11 in Toronto, and it's 11:11. Wow, it's 11:11, right,
Yeah,
Nima? That's a
yeah.
great number. I
And
love it.
thanks
We're
for
ending
waking up
at a
early
great
in the
number,
morning.
11:11. So that's amazing. I'm so proud of you, and congratulations on your successes as an engineer, as a social media mentor, for helping everyone, who's trying to build a business, and you're helping them using the system, using this training program. And congratulations on all your successes, and uh,
Thanks.
you're exploding. So
Yeah.
thank you so much, and
I
thank you
always
so
look
much.
up to you, obviously, you are
No
a role
problem. I
model.
just I just spread the words. I said, you know what? Just check it out. I don't know. Maybe this is for you. Maybe
Yeah.
this is not. But and you checked it out, and it was for you. So
Not just for the success, for the hard working, for the consistency. You are a role model of all these three, not just one of them.
no
And
problem. No problem. Thank you for saying that. I'm humbled to hear that. I'm humbled to hear that. Anyway,
thank
thank
you.
you so much, everyone, and have a beautiful day, night, morning, afternoon. I don't know where you are in the world. It's this it being broadcast in different platforms, different countries. Thank you so much for watching. Have a beautiful day. Bye bye.